Hello everyone, welcome to this webinar Digital Project Management. So myself Subramanya. So we have our speakers Dinesh and Mr. Abhijit with us. Yeah, before starting our webinar, I'm going to brief about agenda of webinar. It's just like a story of a webinar, like who is going to narrate what. Me myself going to introduce regarding DESAPEX. It's a short presentation. Then Dinesh will tell about virtual reality, common data environment, digital construction progress monitoring, digitalization of existing building. Then Abhijit will put a light on some of the topics like BIM approach in construction industry, roles of digitalization in construction industry, and followed by Q&A. So let me start with the introductory presentation of DESAPEX. But DESAPEX is basically digital engineering company where we throughout the life cycle of building we design, construction and operation, we provide a digital solution to our clients. So this is our mission, enable a digital adoption and integration of technology for target value design. So, and our long-term vision is sustainable built environment for a good future. So we are headquartered at Bangalore, India, and we have this branch offices at Hyderabad and Chennai. And also when it comes to clients, we have clients all over globe, North America, Europe, Middle East, etc., etc. With hotel and restaurants, corporate real estates, residentials, educational institutes, wherever there is operational expenditure and capital expenditure involved, we can give a digital solution over there. So this is our passionate team, young team actually. We have mechanical engineers, civil engineers, architectures, MEP engineers, BIM engineers, which is under the leadership of Mr. Srinidhi and Mr. Varun Kumar. So these are the three verticals of DESAPEX, that is digital design management, also called as DDM, then digital project management, which is the topic for the webinar today, and then digital asset management. So quickly, I'm going to tell a little bit about these three verticals. Under digital design management, we are giving the solutions to our client like MEPF modeling, class detection and coordination, and BIM-based pre-construction services. So under the DPM, we are helping our clients to manage their construction project digitally, where we give like a digital information delivery plan, technical due diligence, then setting up digital lab. So this part will be more detailedly explained by Dinesh in further his presentation. Okay, when it comes to digital asset management, it's a bit advanced technology to Indian market, where we give solutions like a scan to beam, energy and maintenance management, asset management, etc. So this is also very important part, like we have everything, and there should be a good approach to deal with the client. Like we have developed a team capable of integrating design construction parameters into digital information model, which blends the expertise in domain. See, all these three things like domain, tools and process, we blend together to give quality project on time delivery to our clients. So this part is a USP of Desapex. I am very proud to say that we are the first company in the world and only company in India to have this kite mark from British Standard Institute. So it's ISO 19650 651 and ISO 19650 02. So regarding this digital twin using reality capture, in short, what we do here is we build as built models and using laser scanning technology. That model further can be used for as built verification and documentation, and then construction progress monitoring. So we have partnered with this Finnish company, Granland, to give the solutions like BIM for facility management, where we help our clients with maintenance management, energy management, asset management, real estate portfolio management. So before ending my part of this presentation, we saw often that people will feel difficult to pronounce our company name. It's a Desapex. The word Desapex means it's a combination of two words: design, apex. Apex means highest point. So it's a combination of two words. We design for high quality and highest point. I think this is from my end. Now I will hand over the session to Dinesh. Now the real story of DPM will start.
Thank you, Subramaniam. Can you just confirm, am I audible? Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Good to go. So hello everyone. I'm very excited to be part of this webinar. Let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Dinesh, and I'm working at Desapex, providing like digital project management, scan to BIM, BIM to field, digital construction progress monitoring, which adds value transformation in the construction industry. And education background wise, I did my post graduation in construction project management from RICS School of Built Environment. And very recently, I published an international conference paper on status of 4D BIM implementation in construction industry. So that's about me. We'll just quickly get back to our main agenda of this webinar, that is digital project management. So I'll just share my screen. Yeah, let's get started. First, I'll just brief what I would be talking in next 20-30 minutes. First, we'll talk about digital adoption, and then how digital project management will add and value at each stages of the construction life cycle, of a project life cycle. So with the help of building information modeling, common data environment, digital construction progress monitoring, 4D. So then finally, I will be talking about how digitalization of existing facility will help project management in brownfield projects. So let's get started. That's digital adoption. I would like to put it this way: digital adoption is a bedrock of success for building information modeling implementation and digital management. So if you see digital construction management, or you say digital construction project management, through building information modeling, common data environment, VR, this virtual reality, AR, augmented reality, and digital construction progress monitoring, all these technologies will enable us in both broad and detailed phases of the project, helping us to mitigate or avoid the problems that can stall the project. And the next thing is here is the digital twins. How digital twins will adoption of digital twin will help in the construction industry. So the use of digital twins from the start of the project, it is very important to start at the start of the project, because it identifies the potential problems, because twins are continuously developed or during the construction. So the problems can be captured early, so they can be quickly addressed. So with the digital twins, addition of the cost and the time to the digital twins, you can actually control the every aspects of the project life cycle. So now when I talk about pre-construction stage, so basically, see this not I'm talking about in a BIM approach where you develop a 3D modeling, and then you can extract a basic quantity before even you do the procurement, or go ahead with the bid process and all. And then you can have a high virtual sequencing when you add time aspects to the model, and you can see the virtual sequencing and simulate the model for a better planning activities. The very important thing at pre-construction stage is I will be specifying VR. That's virtual reality. It's a virtual reality walkthrough. See, clients always will be looking for the best to deliver in terms of their project, or how their, say for example, a building, how it should look. So the client should be able to explore the model with the VR, virtual reality, and based on his feedbacks, so the model can be adjusted, or modifications that can be done at the early stages of the project. See, it's much easier for client to understand something when he experience and visualize when he sees the model. So the same case, if you, it's very difficult for him to just look at the drawings and then imagine, and then he may not be able to give his best feedback. But if you, virtual reality will help us to get the best feedback at the initial stage of the projects. So there'll be not many design changes, or any scope creep or scope changes at the later stage of the project. So I'll just tell why is that important to have the all the things at the initial stages of the project. So I'll be explaining it through McLean curve. So here you have a four curves that are drawn versus time versus effort. So if you see the first curve, it tells us about the ability to impact the cost and the functional capability. And the second curve tells us the cost of the design change. So the remaining two curves will be comparing with the first curve and second curve, and then we can explain the things. So if you see the third curve, it's a traditional design process that is happening right now. So in the most of the projects, so where you spend a lot of your efforts and time in the construction design stage, where you see the ability to impact the cost is very less, and the change of the design is very high. The what, how do we come across this? If anything you change here, it is not helping us in terms of cost, or not helping us in terms of time. So when you shift this entire process to the pre construction phase, or no, a schematic or detailed design or detailed design development stage, where if there is any change, the cost of design change is very less, and then the efforts and the time, you save the time, and even you save on the cost as well. So this is what the BIM approach. It, see, as I told in the initial starting of my presentation, so digital adoption is a bedrock success for implementation of BIM. So we have to bring this entire process to the early stages of the project, so to get the better outputs and deliver the projects on time. And same in design management, you see the GFCs, or from the design consultants directly is being issued to the site, where you get a lot of RFIs or issues. There may be a lot of coordination issues at the site. Sometimes you may end up in reworks, or there's all coordination issues comes up. So how digital project management will add value or help us in this stage is the models from the design consultants will be issued for a digital validation. So the digital project managers or BIM managers will be digitally validating the drawings, and then well coordinated drawing will be sent to the site, where the work execution will be very smooth, and then you will not have many reworks or coordination issues at site. So generally what digital project managements or BIM managers do at this stage is, see, when you see the models, the team gets all the models. When you have to run the clash test at all the models, say you have structural, mechanical, electrical, architectural models. When you run the test with each discipline, and then when you come across all these clashes, you address those clashes and then resolve those, and then produce a coordinated drawing. So these coordinated drawing will help us not only in getting the accurate quantities, which will be very helpful for tendering as well. And then the main reason is at the site, the main advantage, I would say, that is very less reworks. And when you work with a coordinated model, you get in work to be done on time and a smooth execution. So in the construction stage, so I'll just put it in this way. It's very interesting. What is the point of investing in accuracy at the front end of the process if we don't use that accuracy to actually construct it on site? So generally, we are using only the 2D drawings. And I say not most of the places. I may not say 100%, but some may be even using the models at site. So most of people will be relying on the 2D drawings, and there's a big gap in real-time communication between the site and the office. So how do you get this real-time communication between the site and the office? So this can be done by taking these BIM models to the field with the help of common data environment. See, operating on common data environment can help the different stakeholders to work more efficiently while reacting faster on problems that can emerge in the field. I would say a site team will have an access to the updated latest version of the drawings and with the 3D model. So you'll be very confident that site is working on the latest revised drawings. So in fact, sometimes I've seen some cases where a team has already executed the work with they're not having the latest revised drawing, which ended up in entire rework of that installation work. So I say it becomes very important for a site team to have a latest and revised drawings on site. See, I'll just play a video for a better understanding. So this is one of the project management tool where you can access common data environment. You just you'll be having the model at your phone. When you click on the model at any location, you can go to the 3D views. You can walk through the space. Just sorry, I'll just get back to that video. Yeah, you'll be able to walk through the entire space. So if there is any it will be a better understanding for the person who will be with a 2D drawing and then 3D together, where he can view things for his understanding. And you can just shift on to any location of this floor and then have the look at say particular room. If you want to look how does it look, so you can shift in the drawing and have a 3D view in the mobile itself. It helps the, and you can actually manage all these things by giving an access. And say for example, you wants to take out some information, some measurements, you just need to click that particular object where you can get the measurement of that. Say for here, this case, the door, it is 2.1 meter height. So all these details on the properties of the door, it's everything is available to him, because the model is enriched in such a way that it is good for understanding in 3D if he goes. And if he has to raise any information, he can just simply click on that particular he can just assign in through the model. He can select a particular location where he needs to get information, and then give a deadline if the request is the information is very priority, where he needs to get an update on same day or 1 or 2 days. And you can describe what information you need, and then you can just send it to the person. Whoever the authority or the responsible person will receive an notification, where he can just quickly just click on that notification. It will take him to the exact location of that model where he has raised a request, where he can understand what is an issue, and he can address to that information or an issue very quickly. So it helps us a lot in terms of managing and the real-time communication between the site and the office, where it becomes very transparent, and you get things to manage very smoothly. And you get to get all the notifications or requests that you can manage all these things. And you have tasks, forms, approvals. So there are a lot of other things that we could do apart from this just a model. So if you see, as I told, I spoke about drawing and 3D model, how better understanding and visualization it gives to the site team. Apart from that, you have in workflows that you can collaborate with your subcontractors to get to send them or assign some issues through just an app. It all happens in a cloud based, and you'll be able to access, say, important is checklist. So there's no need of having a paperwork. You can build your own checklist, or if you have already checklist templates, you can bring those to the project management tool, where you can have a real-time access to this checklist. Again, as I said, all these will be stored in cloud, and you'll be able to access any checklist in no time. And you may not be looking for hard copies. They may see it's a project is not just 1 month or something. You'll have an span of 1 year, 2 years. So you'll have an all records that is being stored, and you'll be able to access at any time. Same way, it's a safety concerns as well. If you come across some safety issue, you just need to capture, and you can give a protocol instantly, where the safety in charge or somebody can address to that issue very quickly in other all these things. And then 360-degree images where you can attach to the model itself drawing. So that's about CDE. There are a few more things that we can do in like digital construction progress monitoring. So the need for better progress monitoring is always there. So there was some gap where you can do a better progress monitoring. So let's talk about how construction sites are documented presently. If you see, construction sites are typically recorded by taking still images, or where and those photographs or documents a complete construction site. And it's very difficult to navigate. So it becomes like when you have taken a photo and you have stored in all repositories, so you will not know where this picture is taken. It becomes very difficult for you to navigate in terms of time and place when a particular picture is taken. So how can you document this construction documentation in a better way? So we use the digital tools for a better documentation. We have like virtual walkthroughs. It's I would say like this, the ability to see the job site remotely from your central office is a game changer. So we capture your entire space or the floor with the help of our together, and then provide you the entire virtual walkthrough model with just a link. You'll be able to access from anywhere, and you can always protect your data. You can protect with the password, and you'll be able to walk through the entire space and compare it with the period. You can compare 2 weeks back data with the present week. So you can actually compare the progress and and you can actually get the quality of the work that is being performed. If you have you can raise the comments, RFIs. Again, CDE works here as well. When you want to raise some RFIs, claims, or you have to assign something to the responsible parties. So all these things can be done in this common data environment. So as I told, you can actually compare the previous, say 2 weeks back data with the this week data. The same way you can actually compare the as built at site with your model as well. So you can, the capture data will be logged with the model, and then you can compare it and see the progress of the work. And then the 4D planning, I'll say this 4D planning is a deeper version of conventional planning that develops construction, planning to a higher level of detail. So you see here how what is 4D. Everybody like will be just telling it is time model, and no. Apart from adding time to the model, there are many other things at site we could simulate and see, like logistics planning, location based planning. So communicating the construction methodology, you'll be having a construction methodology of say 10 papers. It says that how do you actually go through this. So you can actually do it a small videos like 5-10 minutes to explain the entire construction methodology, how does it goes. So it gives a better understanding. So I just mentioned I just pulled out 3 highest ranked benefits from my international conference paper that I've published. So visualizing the construction flow was the first ranked, and then validating the construction schedule by simulation. You validate your master schedule by simulating the process, where when you add time and the model, and then you simulate it and see whether this schedule will be executed, or there should be some change or some additional resource, or it all helps us to plan in a better way. And as I said, communicating the construction plan was the third highest rank. So there are a lot of benefits with 4D planning as well. And this is something very new to the industry, that is digital project management using the reality capture technology. As anyway we are work lot of work that is happening for BIM models, so we have to leverage the BIM to its full potential. There are tools which allows us to compare the actual field conditions to the BIM model. So as we already spoke about the model linking to the time, and you simulate and then see the process. And here the reality capture comes into the place. So the reality capture helps us to actually scan the data of the field conditions, and then you can compare the field conditions with the model. So it helps us to just not in just terms of quantum of work that has been completed, the very like I say great advantage of using laser scanning is, along with the progress you can actually inspect the quality of the work that has been performed. See, first we have interesting like Trimble X7, Desapex has Trimble X7 and Trimble RealWorks software, where you have a lot of inspection you can do with the model. You say here this is a model, and then you compare the scan data with the model conditions. Along with this, you have some floor flatness inspection tools, and then volumetric. So floor flatness, you get a report as per ASTM. So floor flatness may not be important in all the things, but in majority of the works, you have to perform the floor flatness test to know the floor flatness. Say for example, if you're working on some warehouses and all this, you need to make sure that your floor is very flat, because you may be moving the lot of vertical height. You'll be moving with the height level, where you need to have that levelness, because it matters a lot. So this floor flatness also has that good medium low. So based on that, you can actually perform the floor flatness as well. If you see, this is one of the example where the blue area tells us the lower area of that floor, and red area tells us the higher layer of the floor. This heat map helps us to analyze even in terms of waterproofing. It was very interesting to see how the heat map interesting that we have done one of project recently on to help them analyze on the floor flatness for a better, because there was a lot of water clogging in their terraces. It helps a lot of there are a lot of applications that you could perform with the floor flatness. So along the next thing is augmented reality. So before going to augmented reality, I would like to tell the difference, because many things VR and AR is same. So they both are not same. VR and AR has separate use cases and they are different. So I'll just tell what is the difference. So if you come to augmented reality, it adds digital elements or the model to live view by using your camera with smartphones. But in terms of virtual reality, it just implies a complete immersion experience of that model that you have modeled, and it shut down entire physical world. So this is the difference between the AR and the VR. So AR, how does AR helps us is we have spoke a lot about no management. Many are you will be able to stop the problems. All these are the fewer reactive. But when it comes to augmented reality, it is a proactive measure to identify the problems before it occurs. So it is one of the main use cases, validating the experience, with the construction versus a design in real time. So AR helps us not just in a building where you while you can have installation. It is very useful in terms of when you're doing in infrastructure projects, where you can actually see your electrical corridors or sewer lines. So it helps it helps us to resolve the lot of coordinations before we commit them on site. So this is the last part of the web my talk today. That is digitalizing the existing facility. So why? How does it helps PMCs in brownfield projects? So when you are working on a brownfield project, so you have to rely on your the world drawings that are present with them. So because it's a you go like 5-year or 10-year or 15-year old buildings, there might be a lot of changes in their floor or structure interior wise. There'll be a lot of changes which may not be captured or which may not be updated in the drawings. Some may not have the drawings also. So how does it see, if you take those drawings as a base and then you work on your project, you will end up in a lot of rework or coordination issues when your execution time in terms of measurement space, all these things. So here how do you we come across this problem? How can we digitalize this existing facility? Here comes the scan to BIM technology here. If you see, these are one X7 scanner Desopex. So I'll just tell how do you digitalize these existing facilities. First thing is you capture the data with the help of laser scanners. And then when you capture both, you can actually capture above ceiling services as well along with the floor. And then once you capture this data, the output will be the point cloud data, where the next thing is the processing of this point cloud data. So the when you we have to actually stitch all the data and then process and then make it as a single point cloud. And this point cloud will be a base for to create a BIM model. So this point cloud can be taken to the engineering or BIM authorized tools where you can model using this point cloud data. So I see the design is confidence because you have the actual site conditions data with you. And once your model is ready, you can actually get the floor layouts, your RCP layouts, you can get section views. So these are the actual measurements and the existing conditions of your existing facility. Now these drawings, these as-built drawings will be a base for any further project, this should be a base for you to start the project. But when you work on your wall drawings, it becomes a lot of issues. So when you have as built conditions, you can plan things, you can do all the space management, you can do, if there is any renovation that is required, you can plan, you can play around with the model, you can do all the changes, and then those plans, those things can be given for further project. So this is where I feel like brownfield projects has to have the as built drawings of their existing structure as a base for the planning to go further with the project. So this is from my end. I would be handing over to Abhijit.
Hi, hello, good afternoon, everyone. This is Abhijit Patel. I am a senior project coordinator at the Suffix. Thank you, Dinesh, for this detailed explanation about the digital project management. So, okay, I'll be covering my discussion on the digital project management and how the BIM approaches to the construction industry. So, let us start with the discussion. I hope you can see my screen. I hope you all can see my screen.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So these are the contents I will be discussing today in this my presentation. So first I will be discussing about the role of digitalization in construction industry, how the BIM can help in project life cycle, how BIM helps speed project delivery, and how to improve the construction team efficiency with the BIM. How BIM is satisfying facility management process. So let us start with the role of digitalization in construction industry. So building information modeling and common data environment enables the detailed and broad and detailed views of all the phases of the project, uh, and it's also helping to mitigate or avoid the problems that can hamper the project delivery. In this BIM approach, all the stakeholders are stay connected during the project life cycle due to there is a single repository as a common data environment where all the BIM models can be stored and they can have the uh, project data information at the right time in a updated manner. So there will be no confusion and there will no delays. So based on that, it will shorten the project life cycle and also lead to the better outcome. And how the next is the use of digital twin from the start identifies the potential problems. It's the digital twins are continuously updated during the project, so problems can be captured easily. With the addition of the time and costing, as well as a digital twin can control every aspect of the project life cycle. So next is how the BIM can help the project life cycle. In building information modeling, BIM will improve the working process throughout the construction project life cycle. There are the major three phases of the project like design, construction, and operation. During the design phase, BIM data can be used instantly uh, to, to take the drawings, and based on that, we start with the coordination with the services, and it gives a better visualization of how the services will be before it happens at the construction at the site. So it will give the better visualization to the contractor as well as all the stakeholders. So how the BIM approach will help in design stage. In construction stage, it will the on-site and improves the communication on-site, as also the collaboration between all the stakeholders, because all the BIM models are readily available at the right time and the right information will be available. So there will be minimize the delays, and it reduces the project life cycle. In the operation phase, it helps to improve the how the BIM model can be handover in the operations phases, like uh, in operation phase, so that we can have the improve the data management, documented model handover in the operation stage. So let us start with the how BIM helps in the speed of the project delivery. During design phase, it starts with the better coordination and clash detection. So if we freeze all those services in the design stage itself, so it will reduce the at the end of the design stage, all the clashes, all the services will be clash free, and or the drawing whatever we have produced, it will be the good for construction. So it gives the better visualization project in the pre-construction site itself. So it will reduce the it mitigate the risk and also reduce the rework at the site. So it also leads to the reduction in the cost of the project. And also it gives the better cost estimation. So it gives the client the better idea of how the cost estimation will impact, and how it gives the insight of like how the project will be, how the cost impact of the project. In construction stage, it improves the on-site collaboration and communication, because there will be many stakeholders will involved, and there will be many contractor will be involved and in the project. So it gives the all the BIM models will be stored in this common data environment. So they must be having all the access, so they can have the clear idea so about the services, and there is the proper communication happening between the design stakeholder as well as the contractor. So there will be no delays in miscommunication cause. So that's why, so it reduces the project life cycle, because the rework at the site it will be reduced. And also it gives once all the drawings are freeze in the design stage itself, so it gives the increase in productivity with the prefabrication. So it can rather than to have the all the fabrication at the site, it will be happening in the offset. So in a control environment where there will be reduced costing, reduce metal cost, sorry, reduce the rework at the site, as well as the reduction in the material cost, reduction in the wastage. So it will directly impacts the project total cost. So how BIM is facilitating the facility management process? As you can see in the image itself, so with the help of laser scanning, we are scanning the facility for the as-built verification and documentation. It will give the better idea like how the services will be, because at some time due to the site condition, there will be some changes happen in the drawing. So but in as-built drawing, those drawings are in a 2D, so there will be due to some human error, or those whatever the changes they have made at the site, those are not updated in the as-built drawing. But with this laser scanning, we can have the as-built verification and documentation, and the same changes will be updated in the BIM model. So it will be improved handover management through the documented BIM model, and it gives the better clarity of data for the facility management as well as the owner of the asset. So it streamline the facility management and straighten the building handover. Thank you. So I hand over all the sessions to Subramanian.
Yeah, thank you so much, Abhijit. It was a really good, informative presentation from both Dinesh and Abhijit. So now people can, attendees can ask question. You have any queries, you can ask.
There's a question. Is the solution specifically targeted to help construction companies? I would not say yes. I would say 90% yes, specifically targeted to help construction companies. Just how digital transformation can help for a better project deliverables. Because if you see, as per statistics, if you refer, so if, most of the projects are not delivered on time and within the budget. So yeah, I would say 90% it's targeted to construction industry. Yeah. Uh, there's one more question. Any case studies for digital twins in Bangalore? Uh, we do have case studies. You can get back to us on sales the Desapex. We would be sharing those case studies. Or if required, if you want to have a one-on-one session, we could do that as well. What is the state? There's one more question. What is the status of BIM implementation in construction industry? So see, again, I'll get back to this my article where the result says that I think, yeah, 27% was the result that I've got in my article. So, but there was one more question that was mentioned in my journal was that, so what would be the time to implement? So I had 2 years, 5 years, and 7 years. So most of the people say in next 5 years, you know, the 70-80% they were the results show that we'll be implementing BIM and will have an advantage of BIM implementation in construction industry. There's one more question is how accurate is this laser scanning? See, I can say it is 1 millimeter because the laser scanner adjusts the points. Every 1 millimeter you have a point, and then you get an accurate data of that entire captured area. So if you want to know much in depth of any of our topics that we have discussed, you could always reach out to us. We will be happy to explain, and if it is adding value to your projects, we are always happy, and we are also looking to bring that digital transformation in construction industry. You can always get back to us and to know more. Any other questions? There's one more written on ROI when we go for the tools like Trimble X7 and other CDE platforms. So first I'll talk about first part of the question, that is a return on investment when you go on Trimble X7. So see, again, I'll say it's not for in-depth. If you see, if managing the project or continuous progress monitoring, this, if it is not done in a correct way, it delays you in the project timelines and the budget overruns. So if you consider in those terms, implementing these technologies will be not less than 5-10% of the cost over budget that goes on in any project. And the same thing applies to a common data environment. So common data environment is very helpful in construction, where you have that real time communication between the site and office. And you don't have an entire documentation in a cloud. It is all in a paper based. When you have to refer, there comes some claims, that contractor claims issues. So if you don't have maybe specific document or something to refer and to address to those claims, so in all those aspects, and even in terms of smoother progress monitoring, CDE will play a huge role. So again, it is not about something technology. We are implementing this technology to make the things better and to get a better progress monitoring, which will obviously leads us to a better returns. There's one more. Okay, there's how laser scan identifies the materials, concrete, duct, pipes, etc. Okay, so laser scanner doesn't identify with the point cloud data that we get. It is again, everything cannot be automated. It is a semi-automated where you get this data, and with the help of data, our teams are much skilled enough to it shows you, it gives an exact dimensions, and you will have an along with the point cloud data, you have a 360-degree image as well, and you will come to know what is it, and is it a duct, a pipe? So what is the diameter of this duct, what is the diameter of this pipe, on the columns, what is the size of the column, is all these things will be extracted from the point cloud data, and then you do the modeling with that point cloud data. You get an exact point cloud, and then along with the point cloud, you'll have a 360-degree image as well, where you can, if there is any, you say there's something that you could not figure out from point cloud data, then you can refer, you can see the 360-degree image and then come to know, okay, this is the duct and all. Then you can proceed with the modeling. So, and again, I'll say it is an accurate process to get an as-built drawings.
Yeah, I think there are no more questions, and we Dinesh answered all questions, I think. So there is any questions, Dinesh? One more.
Just a minute, I'm
Okay.
just saying it. The tentative cost per square feet. So x.com, we'll be happy. The tentative cost per square feet, and at present in not having base, we can look for it. Happy on there was a lot of happy
When we use a scan to beam in a railway projects.
Yes, you can use a scan to beam in railway projects. So you will railway track and its alignment, and you'll come to know where there's some cracks or anything that captured as well. Yeah, it helps a lot in capturing the existing railway structure for even it is applicable.
Thank you so much attending. I would also like to thank our speakers, Abhijit and Dinesh, for this sharing this valuable information to our prospective clients. We will be conducting this kind of webinar every month on topic AEC industry. So and stay tuned with the Desapex, and thank you so much once again to everyone.